one more chance. Move with some integrity. One more chance. That's all you've got. One more. This calypso not passion. I'm telling the truth. What I does do.
Drag your bomb, Mr. Fiddler.
I have a story for you. I said I have a story for you. I have a story for you. Well, I like that, eh? From the time you hear la courée, you're dead. From the time you hear la courée, you're dead, you're dead, you're dead. Cause all you do move along, oh. All you do move along, Once you hear he say, she say, you're pulling up like DJ. You wanna get it for ring in all its glory. I am man don't like to disappoint. Plus I calypso and anointed to tell you the truth. So here's the inside scoop. Last election was the strangest yet. No lie. A young PM get a cocoa sweat. Ooh. When they done adding up the polls, they appoint 173 years old. I'm to them boy. Celebration will class start to knock. People pass out, can't do the work. 2 days past the leader can't sit. Palarat say white all unfit. When the mark buzz, when the mark buzz, when the mark buzz, like they was drinking boy. You idle after your cause I say bust, bust. When the mark buzz, when the mark buzz, real brave who's pass. Bacchanal is a must from the time you hear la courée, you're dead. From the time you hear la courée, you're dead, you're dead, you're dead. Cause all you do move along, all you do move along, Once you hear about Kankatang, you're pulling up like a wagon. You wanna hear the touring like hot Palori. I am afraid to give you the talk. Sonia does walk the walk and say what we mean. So here's the scene. An old Calypsonian drink some rum. Who's that right? He start to talk like it make him dumb. Just so right. Say that these songs today is trash. I know some men only agree, no. I like he mix the rum with babash. Like he really catch it, boy. Our next artist to take a rhythm. Overstay his time in Brooklyn. Start a food business like things nice. He better watch out for eyes. When the mark burns, when the mark burns, when the mark burns. That fella is a real killer boy. You idle after your cause I say bust, bust. When the mark burns, when the mark burns. I hope in good spirit. Bacchanal is a must from the time you hear la courée, you're dead. From the time you hear la courée, you're dead, you're dead, you're dead. Cause all you do move along, all you do move along, You wanna hear about Giselle, how she head not well. About Alexander and how he need altar. About how Benjamin like little children. You wanna hear how Kamala turn big warmonger. Cause all you do move along, move along, move along, move along. You do move along, move along, move along, move along. You wanna hear how Gypsy run from NCC. You wanna hear the thing down about voice not falling. How we have no crime plan from TUNC. How we in SOE permanently. So you to move along, move along, move along, move along. You to move along, move along, move along, move along. From the time you hear la courée, you're dead. From the time you hear la courée, you're dead, you're dead, you're dead. Cause all you do hey, crazy D, we're not putting no more, eh? Let them come in the tent to hear the rest. It's the vibes. We we gon' shut them. Man.
Some spirits roaming we land, seeking to destroy your faith, confuse and intimidate, to take with them as many as they can, down to the pits of hell for eternity to dwell. If we don't take stock and amend our ways, we'll continue on the path to darker days. So let's begin to shift our moral compass now, and say to iniquity, we shall no longer bow. So grab your rosary and your holy water, let we pray for the nation. And with the water of Zamzam and Quran, now with strong vibrations, all them single mothers, oh God, we sons and daughters. And yes, as we God, I beg you protect them, Father. Cause while some hoodwinking, somebody bad drinking, and we just keep sinking deeper into this array. Heed our nation's cries, it's time to mobilize. Together we'll exorcise all these bad spirits and cast them away one by one. I say two by two, 3 by 3. We'll cast them away one by one. I say bring them 2 by 2. I say 3 by 3. We'll cast them away. Not too long ago we shared one vision, I for you and you for me, brotherhood, camaraderie, embracing each other's traditions, carnival and Diwali, jamming soca and chutney. Then a divisive spirit was thrown in the mix, contaminating we workplace and we politics, pitting one against the other, perverting life, standing on the precipice of civil strife. So grab your calabash, your konanga water, let we pray for the nation. And with Tulsi and Ganga Jal in hand, man, is strong vibrations. All the hate and anger look like hitting hard like banga, but together we labor, because you are my neighbor. Cause when we made the trip, slavery and indentureship, exploitation and the whip, well, what a price we paid. Though we have different names, our passion is the same. So unity we must reclaim. And all these bad spirits, we'll cast them away one by one. I said bring them. I said bring them. We'll cast them away one by one. I said 2 by 2. Ding, 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 ding. And when we walk through the valley, treacherous roads and alleys, in the darkest hour, we shall not cower. Cause deep inside we got the power. Don't show us the power. God gave us the power. The power, 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 power. Spirit of deception, spirit of fear, tell them get the hands, we don't want them here. All for money they crave and lust. Well, tell them tonight they go bite the dust. I say greed and envy, yes, the enemy. Spirit of illusion, spirit of confusion, wickedness and war, them who rotten to the core. Termites of the state, while hunger still dominates. This behavior behavior is not by chance, because when you sell your soul, you are never in control. In this deadly romance, damnation is the reward when money is your god. They flooding the streets with guns and drugs, turning we youths into murderers and thugs. Sleeping with the adversary only brings unrest. That's where imps and wicked spirits manifest. So grab your candle, bring your holy Bible, and we pray for the nation. And with your crucifix and your bell in hand, man, is strong vibrations. All them evil breeders, bosses and leaders, tell the gangs we see them, and we come in to free them. Upholders of the law, businessmen and the poor, fighting this spiritual war. But help is on the way, and we have faith like sand in this holy caravan. So righteous battalion, and all these bad spirits, yes, we'll cast them away. One by one, I say cast them. Two by two, I say cast them. Hey, 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 hey. We'll cast them out. One by one, two by two, three by three. We'll cast them away.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning.
Drag your bomb, Mr. Fiddler.
I have a story for you. I said I have a story for you. I have a story for you. Well, I like that. From the time you yell a hooray, you're dead. From the time you yell a hooray, you're dead, you're dead, you're dead. Cause all you to move along, move along, ooh. All you to move along, move along, Once you hear he say, she say, you're pulling up like DJ. You wanna hear the story in all its glory. I am man don't like to disappoint, plus I calypso and anointed to tell you the truth. So here's the inside scoop. Last election was the strangest yet. No lie. A young PM get a cocoa sweat. Ooh. When they done adding up the polls, they appoint 173 years old. To them boy, celebration will cast half a knock. People pass out, can't do the work. 2 days past the leader can't sit. Palarat say white all unfit. When the man falls, when When the mark bust, when the mark bust, like they was drinking, boy. You idle after your cause, I say bust, bust. When the mark bust, when the mark bust, real people's pass. Bacchanal is a must from the time you hear la courée, you're dead. From the time you hear la courée, you're dead, you're dead, you're dead. Cause all you to move along, move along, all you to move along, once you hear about Kankatang, you're pulling up like a wagon. You wanna hear the touring like hot lorry. I am afraid to give you the talk. Tysonian walk the walk and say what we mean. So here's the scene. An old Calypsonian drink some rum. Who's that right? He start to talk like it make him dumb. Just alright. Say that these songs today is trash. I know some men only agree, no. I like he mix the rum with babash. Like he really catch it, boy. Our next artist who take a rhythm, overstay his time in Brooklyn. Start a food business like things nice. He better watch out for eyes. When the mark bust, when the mark bust, when the mark bust. That fella is a real killer, boy. You idle and prior cause I say bust, bust. When the mark bust, when the mark bust. I hope in good spirit. Bacchanal is a must from the time you hear la courée, you're dead. From the time you hear la courée, you're dead, you're dead, you're dead. Cause all you to move along, move along, all you to move along, you wanna hear about Diesel, how she heading up well, about Alexander and how he need altar. About how Benjamin, like little children. You wanna hear how Kamala turn big warmonger. Cause all you to move along, move along, move along, move along. You to move along, move along, move along, move along. You wanna hear how Gypsy run from NCC. You wanna hear the thing down about voice not falling. How we have no crime plan from TUNC. All we in SOE permanently. So you to move along, move along, move along, move along. You to move along, move along, move along, move along. From the time you hear la courée, you're dead. From the time you hear la courée, you're dead, you're dead, you're dead. Cause all you do hey, crazy D, we're not putting no more, eh? Let them come in the tent to hear the rest. It's the vibes. We got shot them. Man.
All right, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. As our radio announcer would say, good morning. I know it's a strange time for me to be on, but I had to come on due to something that happened yesterday. And I'm just doing this. I know that a lot of persons will not be on to see it, but I am doing it so that people who would come on after would see it. So I'm doing this live based on something that happened last night. And I would have said that, you know what, let me come on and deal with it because I don't want it to linger. You know, I don't want it to linger and stay around and misinformation go out there. All right. And things get out of hand. So I am here this morning to deal with a situation that happened last night. And I know that there are some people who don't like constructive talk. They don't like constructive talk. There are some people who they listen to the program, yeah, but they listen really to find a way to destroy it. There's some people who find I should have stayed with a cell phone and a phone and hold it in my hand and talk and do it however, do it as foolish as it may look for them. But there are some people who don't appreciate how constructive talk has developed, how it looks, how it sounds. They don't like that. Somebody met me and they said to me, your live sounds better than these people who call themselves professionals. You know, somebody met me and they said to me, continue the good work because there are things that I highlight and all I do all I try to do is just inform and educate people based on current affairs and what is happening. That's all I do, you know. That's all I try to do, actually. All I try to do is to highlight things that is happening in Trinidad and Tobago. That's all I try to do. I try my best to do. Is to highlight what is happening and why people should be aware of what is happening in Trinidad and Tobago. To be ignorant of what's going on around you. That is the gist of constructive talk, to bring you to the awareness of what's going on in this country. There are people who can use their platforms for whatever they choose to use it for. That is not my business. That's not my business. My business is not other people's business. My business is not to talk about other people's platform or to talk about how they go about disseminating information. That's not what I was called to do. I was called to develop a platform that will educate, that would inform, and that also will encourage you to call in to share your intelligent views on issues that is confronting Trinidad and Tobago. You know, so that is what constructive talk is all about. Constructive talk is a platform that it was created for that. It was created to, as a creative, I found ways and means of getting the information out there. You may not like how I do it. You may not agree with how it's done. But I do, let me say this, and I do take advice. To the beginning of the year, last year, several persons would have called me privately. One person called and they said, Pastor Google, you're too repetitive. You say one thing over and over and over and over and over. And it becomes monotonous, it becomes repetitive, and it sometimes becomes annoying. So if you can take a different approach by having several different topics and encourage a conversation around several different topics so that you would not have one topic and it becomes monotonous, or you just have one thing that you keep repeating and saying and it becomes annoying. I would have taken that advice. So now you would see me having different topics. So yesterday I would have dealt with the teachers not being able to get, not getting any assurance of their full salary for the month of January. I spoke about what's happening with the Caribbean islands that believe in a zone of peace, and America has now put a freeze on their visas. The Caribbean leaders, all of the Caribbean, and what they're facing. I also dealt with something else I dealt with. Several religious organizations came out and they would have spoken against the gambling on Sundays. So there are things that I do. I try to, and then there is a main topic that I would get into and have a thorough of things to talk about concerning that main topic. And from time to time, I would invite a guest to come on. So I would have had last year, I would have had, what's his name? Obika. Last year, I would have had my MP, Mr. Brian Manning, and several different persons come on and share their views on current affairs and issues that are facing Trinidad and Tobago. Right? So that was one advice that I would have gotten, that I would have taken, and I would have tried my best to implement and do differently. The other thing I would have taken in advice on was my dress code. My aunt sat me down and she said to me, she said, nephew, I love you to bits. I like what you're doing. I like your presentation. But I don't like your image. She said to me, you need to change your dress code. Look a little more professional. Alright? So, I would recommend that you wear shirts. You have your African attire. You have your dress shirts that you can wear to present yourself different and more professional to your viewers. I said, okay, auntie. And I did do that. I took her advice and I did change my dress code. And I decided that I would dress differently. All right? Some other thing. But there are other things that persons would have advised me on. When there was one person who called and said to me, they don't like my facial expression when when certain callers call in and sharing their view. My facial expression sells me out. So they told me to take a check now. do a checklist on your facial expression. Alright, so I did somewhat do some introspection and stuff like that. And my thing is that, and those are persons who would have called me privately. None of the things I told you there were people who spoke to me publicly about. None of the things that I pointed out were, if I didn't tell you, you would have never known. And those persons who called me privately and shared those things with me, there's some of them I've never seen them in person. There's some of them I don't even know what they look like. I don't know anything about them. I don't know if they like to drink water. I don't know if they like to drink juice. I don't know what's their favorite color. I don't know nothing about them. But they reached out to me, and in reaching out to me, they were able to chat with me and share with me their concerns. So as I said before, my aunt, which is my aunt, my loving aunt, spoke to me about my dress code. 1, 2, the monotony, the repeating of yourself over and over. Right? 2 and 3, I can't remember what 3 was. Oh, when people call in, your facial expressions and how you go about dealing with, things and stuff like that. I'm saying all of that to say that constructive talk is it's not even a year old. The platform of itself is not a year old. The platform is must say around the same amount of years. No, I say amount of months, less months than the government that is in office. Alright? It's less than the amount of time the government is in office. So it's not a platform that is out there long, but it's a platform that is developing, and I promise you it is developing. It's going to take it can have different phase of constructive talk. So this morning I got up and I was going to get ready to do some stuff, and something happened that made me realize that before I do anything, say my prayers and thank God for life, and before I do anything, I had to come on the platform to deal with something, because I used to take a position where let's leave things as is and it will blow over. Alright? I used to take the position that, if you don't interfere with the chant will sleep. But something happened and made me realize, and this is not the first time it happened. So I'll give you the first instance of something that happened. I had a guest on, and he said something about a member of parliament. And when he said what he said about the member of parliament, I think I would have corrected him, but I can't remember. But the member of parliament lawyer called me and said to me, you need to put out a disclaimer or else we would send you a pre-action protocol letter. I said, what did I say? The lawyer said, it's not what you say. It's what somebody on your platform said. I said, somebody on the platform said, yeah, somebody, your guest made a statement and you have to distance yourself from it or else we will send you a pre-action protocol letter. No, this is a phone call. No, to be quite honest, they didn't have to call me. They could have just sent a pre-action protocol letter. I said to him, okay, tell me what it was and I will rectify it. Alright? The lawyer, who is a female, told me what it was. Right? The lawyer told me what it was. And I said, okay. But 2 or 3 days passed and I forgot to apologize. Right? 2 or 3 days passed and the lawyer called me back. And the lawyer said, you did not do the apology. I said, oh gosh, I forgot. And I said, okay, I will try and remember to do it. And I again forgot. And he messaged me. No, she messaged me, sorry. She said, Mr. Henry, we have an agreement. And I said, oh yeah. And I did apologize. Right? I did apologize. Okay? I did apologize to the gentleman in question about the statement that I would have made. Oh, not I, sorry. The statement that was made. The statement that was made towards him. Right?
Some spirits roaming we land, seeking to destroy your faith, confuse and intimidate, to take with them as many as they can, down to the pits of hell for eternity to dwell. If we don't take stock and amend our ways, we'll continue on the path to darker days. So let's begin to shift our moral compass now and say to iniquity, we shall no longer bow. So grab your rosary and your holy water, let we pray for the nation. And with the water of Zamzam and Quran, now with strong vibrations, all them single mothers, oh God, we sons and daughters. And yes, as we gather, I beg you protect them, Father. Cause while some hoodwinking, somebody bad drinking, and we just keep sinking deeper into this array. The nation's cries, it's time to mobilize. Together we'll exorcise all these bad spirits and cast them away one by one. I say 2 by 2, 3 by 3. We'll cast them away one by one. I say bring them 2 by 2. I say 3 by 3. we'll cast them away. Boy, yeah, yeah. Not too long ago we shared one vision. I for you and you for me. Brotherhood, camaraderie. Embracing each other's traditions. Carnival and Diwali. Jamming soca and chutney. Then a divisive spirit was thrown in the mix. Contaminating we workplace and we politics. Pitting one against the other. Perverted life. Standing on the precipice of civil strife. So grab your calabash, your konanga water, let we pray for the nation. And with Tulsi and Ganga Jal in hand, man, is strong vibrations. All the hate and anger, look life it in a heart like banga. But together we labor, because you are my neighbor. Cause when we made the trip, slavery and indentureship, exploitation and the whip. But what a price we paid. So we have different names. Our passion is the same. So unity we must reclaim. And all these bad spirits, we'll cast them away one by one. I said bring them. I said bring them. We'll cast them away one by one. I said two by two. Ding, 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 ding. And when we walk through the valley, treacherous roads and alleys, in the darkest hour, we shall not cower. Cause deep inside we got the power. Don't show us the power. God gave us the power. The power, 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 power. Spirit of deception, spirit of fear. Tell them get the hands, we don't want them here. All for money they crave and lust. Well tell them tonight they go bite the dust. I say greed and envy, yes the enemy. Spirit of illusion, spirit of confusion, wickedness and war, them who rotten to the core. Termites of the state, while hunger still dominates. This behavior is not by chance, because when you sell your soul, you are never in control. In this deadly romance, damnation is the reward when money is your god. They flood in the streets with guns and drugs, turning we youths into murderers and thugs. Sleeping with the adversary only brings unrest. That's where imps and wicked spirits manifest. So grab your candle, bring your holy Bible, and we pray for the nation. And with your crucifix and your bell in hand, man, is strong vibrations. All them evil breeders, bosses and leaders, tell the gangs we see them, and we come in to free them. Upholders of the law, businessmen and the poor, fighting this spiritual war. But help is on the way, and we have faith like sand in this holy caravan. So righteous battalion, and all these bad spirits, yes, we'll cast them away one by one. I say cast them two by two. I say cast them, hey, 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 hey. We'll cast them out one by one, two by two, three by three. We'll cast them away.
So I'm back. So I was saying with you guys about constructive talk and how it started, and well, not how it started, but now sharing with you some stuff on constructive talk. Again, I want to say thanks to all of the persons who supported constructive talk. Constructive talk is really all about, it has really been, it really has the support of a lot of persons, I must say. A lot of persons have supported constructive talk, and personally I came on just to say thank you also to those persons. I came on to say thank you to those persons who have supported me from the get-go. From the get-go, there are persons who saw value and worth in me, and you guys supported me. You guys supported me. I want to say something, and I say it many times, but some people I think may not understand, or some of you may not respect the position that I have taken, or I've taken. Now, you cannot respect the position that I have taken, That's okay. You never get people to respect the position that you take from time to time in life. That's the reality of life. People will not respect your position or positions that you would take from time to time. Okay. But something happened last night, and I on my platform, and I want to come on my platform to deal with it, because I am not one for disrespect and stuff like that. I'm not into that kind of thing. I'm not into that. So yesterday, a pastor calling from Tobago, he made his statements about the Tobago elections, and again, it was my fault, because I was not talking certain things, and I allowed the conversation to continue down that road. And most people who know me know that I do entertain that kind of conversation. But it happened. So the gentleman called in from Tobago last night, and the pastor would have made some statements, and that went into an avalanche of people calling in and making their statements and sharing their views about the leadership of the People's National Movement. And in the discussion, I played a voice note from someone who made some allegations against Miss Beckles. It is allegations, it's not facts. You wasn't there and you don't know. Right? And the person made the allegations against the political leader in respects to getting money and stuff like that. And I want to take this opportunity to distance myself from that statement. Also to say that Constructive Talk platform does not and in no way agree or condone those statements. Right? that tells me also that there are persons who are listening to the program, and you're coming with your agendas. You're coming to try to destroy. You're coming to try to put things out there that would try to damage the character and the image of the political leader. And I'm not going to sit here and condone that. I'm not going to use my platform in any way to condone things like that. Alright? You know yourself. And I would prefer if you don't say things or do things like that on the platform. I really don't appreciate, when people try to use something like Constructive Talk and other platforms to say things about people that you have no evidence of. You have no evidence of. And again, I want to publicly apologize to Ms. Beckles. And yes, apologize to Ms. Beckles on statements being made on my platform that would have put her in a bad light, in the sense of her receiving monies to do certain things. I want to apologize and say that I will try my best to avoid things like that happening again. I always say to this platform that I never developed this platform to have arguments about leadership. If people believe that, and if people believe that they want another leader, there's things you can do in the sense of wait until the next internal elections. If you have a problem with some of the people who are in leadership, then you can wait for the next internal elections. If you have a problem and you think that waiting until the next internal election is too long, meet with the political leader, share your views, share your concerns. If you think that the PRO, and this is me, I telling you all may not want to hear. If you think that the PRO is not doing a good job, why not write to the PRO? Why not meet with the PRO? Why not meet with the political leader and share your concerns? What I am saying is not the most popular thing. But what I'm saying is the principal thing. The principal thing to do is, all right, I have a problem, I have an issue on work. Somebody called last night and say how the using the church or a pastor or thing and this is two different thing. I think principle is principle. I think setting an order and principle is across the board. If you have an issue on work, and that's what has created bacchanal and confusion, Because if I have an issue on my workplace, right, and I don't have confidence in my supervisor or my colleague who I am assigned to work with, what do? I go to my boss. I go to who I need to go to. I write to them. Just like how your bosses have an order of how they do things. If they don't like something, what do? They write, they call you in. They talk to you. After they talk to you, they write you. If they write you and they realize, they give you a verbal warning. They say 3 verbal warnings, a letter, a suspension, and then dismissal. That's how the order is. That's how the structure is. If I don't like something, I do appreciate something. Right? I will go to the person who I do appreciate what is being done to. You know? And you know, somebody put a message on Facebook, and what you're saying is very true. The person is saying, be careful, my brother. People out there are dangerous. They are very dangerous. People are very dangerous. There are people who hate the fact that I have a platform. There are people who hate the fact that I can come on YouTube and have 500, 700, close to 1,000 over 28 days. I have close to 100,000 people who will watch the program. There are people who are hateful of that. And they will join up with people to destroy it. And I am already seeing it, you know. I am already seeing where persons are joining up to destroy. But what God built, no man could destroy. You know what I just said here? What God built, not you, not your platform, not your people, not who you join up with. Don't matter what you do, or what you feel you could do, or how you feel you could do it, will not destroy what God has built. Because I know you're coming to try to destroy it. I see you trying to come to destroy it. I heard you trying to come to destroy it. But just letting you know now. I'm letting you know that you can't destroy it. Let me tell you how I know this can't destroy. You know how this started? The things that are put in place to buffer this. People who I meet. I want to say it in the camera. People who I meet who are just scrolling through YouTube. This one gentleman and his wife I met. They said he was just scrolling through YouTube and bounced me up. And listened to me and said, hey, yeah, I could take you in. Yeah, he's a good one. Understand? I often give my story and I'm not ashamed to tell it. When I resigned from 91.9 91.9. Right? I resigned. Nobody fire me. When I resigned from 91.9, I felt to myself, I said, boy, Kevin, boy, that is it. That is it for you and media. Because I was told and I was sold and I was convinced. Listen to me now. I was sold, told and convinced that apart from 91.9 you are nothing. That is what was said to me. That is what was sold to me. That nobody wants to listen to me if I'm not on that radio station. And I believed it. I totally believed it. I was convinced about it. Until one day, I pick up my phone because I was watching what was going on. And I pick up my phone and I do a live on Facebook. I do one live and people tell me, Google, continue to do your little live, boy. We want to hear you. We want to hear your views. We want to hear what's going on in the country. And I decided, okay, if I want to hear, right? Well, I want to hear, okay, I'll do a live. And I did live. And then I said to myself, see me, I doing this thing. I doing it once a week or thing. And listen, you know, once a week and thing. And my mother said to me, she said, you only coming on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Monday, Wednesday, Tuesday. She said, the way how things going in this country, it look like you have to come on every day, you know. That is my mother saying that to me. My mother said to me, she said, son, you have a voice, you have a presence. There's a void without you. Speak into this nation. Get your act together. And I started to do lives every day. My mother told me that. And then I asked around, I said, how to do live on YouTube and thing, and somebody told me, well, create a YouTube page and you have to get people to subscribe and then you could go live and stuff like that. I want to come a little closer. I want you to listen to me, you know. I felt as though I was a nobody without being on mainstream media. But people saw my mother, saw my worth. And she said to me, get your act together. And I started my platform. I started with my two cell phone. I go in live on Facebook on one phone, and I go in live on Facebook on another phone. I know people who on this platform bless me with a phone. And I started to go live on the two phones. Because Dominic said to me, now you can't go live on YouTube and on Facebook on one device. You have to go live on separate device. I said, okay, brother. And he explained what to do, how he does it, and that's when I said, okay, I'll get two phones and I will do what I have to do. You hear me? I got the two phones. Battery dying. Oh, they don't know, you know. Battery dying on phone and thing, and phone cutting off, people vex. Oh, your life cut off and whatever. And then I sat down and I told you, the listeners, I need a laptop. I need a laptop in order to go live. listeners, came together. Listen, you came together. I said, okay, Pastor Google, what you need? Tell us what you need. How you need what? What is this? What is that? What and what? It's a thing. It had people who started off with me doing my flyers. When I have a guest coming on, it had people who used to do the flyers for me and different things. You hear me? I told you guys I need a laptop. I got the laptop. Best laptop in the world I got blessed with. Listen, the best laptop in the world. Every time my technicians and they look at the laptop, going through the laptop, they say, boy, you don't know what you have here, And that's because of you, the viewers. You who can't even give me something, but you know what you do? You'll pray. You who would say, you will get it. You can't help me, but you just say it. You will get it. Your spoken words made things happen for me. Right? Your spoken words, you spoke words in your quiet time, in the times when you're watching me and you're hearing me say some things, you would speak and you would say, yo, okay, Pastor Google, in your house, I don't know who you are. I don't know where you are from, but you would have spoken, you would have said certain things and it happened. You understand? Some of you pensioners, you understand, when I put out the account number and some of you buffing me because you find I'm not putting up the account number. Right? So I'll start back. Right? So I should put up the account number. And some of you with your pension, you would go and you will put in 100. Some of you will put in 50. You will send a picture. Pastor Google can put a 200. Pastor Google can put 100. Pastor Google pay your internet bill. Pastor Google pay your light bill. But because I was unemployed, I'm not working, and I'm getting blessed. People that say faith and not fear. They used to say that faith and not, they're not used to, they still say it. Faith and not fear. So I would have acquired the laptop and I started to use a program by the name of what is this, boy? Just not going to tell you the name. OBS. Started to use a program by the name of OBS. And in using OBS, it wasn't too tech savvy for me. I had issues with it because I wasn't too tech savvy where OBS was such. I said to people, I want to say to people, I grew up in media on vMix. So vMix is more easier for me to, because I'm totally familiar with it from working 91.9. Right? And I started my thing. I had issues with OBS. And I talked to the technicians and I told them about vMix. They said, well, let me do a trial with vMix. Let's do a trial with vMix. And I did my trial with vMix. And I said, yeah, that's what I'm accustomed to, that's what I want to work with. And the expiry date came up, and it came off. And I came on the platform and I told you guys I need to acquire vMix because vMix is much easier for me to operate and work with, and it's more palatable and stuff like that. And I explained to you all the price of the vMix and what I want. A man do a whole video on me. Talking about how I just use prison break. Prison. It's something with prison. I'll tell you what it is. Prison Live. Which on my phone, the guy who I interviewed, my technician, who I would have interviewed to be the social media for the People's National Movement, Mr. Renako. Mr. Renako, I asked Renako, I said, Renako, but I'm doing lives on my phone, and I want something where I could show videos, because the impact of my program is really me showing videos and giving explanations based on the videos. And Renako said, yeah, it has something you could download, man, on your phone, called Prison Break. Right? And when I could download it on my phone, and he would have taught me how to use it on my phone. That's why I use in Tobago. But by the putting that aside, so when I could have downloaded that on my phone, but apparently what happened is that prison live, that was something that, like, because I used to use it on my phone via YouTube, it stayed on YouTube. It's only the other day when I took my laptop, he showed me, say, hey, look, people and them still getting ratings on your thing, and you need to change that. Me no, but man do a whole live on me, talking about how I lying to the people and telling the people this and telling the people, and do a whole live on me. Up to this day, when they find out the truth, they never apologize, because they call to tell me how they go expose me, and how I this and how I that, and when I know, show them and explain to them and send them pictures and explain this and that, they get silent. They went silent. They went silent, but they had an issue, and they have an issue. But whatever issue I have, take it up with God in prayer. Because you see, this platform, it ain't go dead. I just come to make the announcement to you now. That who God bless, no man curse. You understand? They thought that they could have run me from 91.9. Get me fired from 91.9. But you didn't get me fired. I resign. And God set this up. See this here? God set it up. He set it up. He set it up. He set it up nice. And some of you are come to make the announcement that some of you who does just come on, just like the ones who does bless, to have the ones who want to curse. But I want to make an announcement to you this morning that you can't get rid of me. Yeah, I'm telling you, can't get rid of me. And again, I want to apologize to the political leader of the People's National Movement, Ms. Beckles, for statements that was made on this platform about her receiving money to destroy the PNM and whatever. It's a lie. It's not true. And I'm not in to destroying or damaging the character of Ms. Beckles. This platform was not built for that. I'm not here to destroy the character of Mr. Stuart Young. This platform was not built for that. So all of you who have only agenda, sorry, this platform is not for that. If you have problems with the leadership of the People's National Movement, go to them. Just like how I do. I have issues, and I just go to them. Monday, I was talking to a member of parliament. I wouldn't call his name. He knew who he is. And I told him, I said, you need to do X, Y, and Z. He said to me, Google, I hear you. This morning, he sent me a message. Look at this. I said, you see? I told him, you need to do X, Y, and Z ASAP. I talk direct to them. I don't mince words. My member of parliament will tell you. I don't mince words. I don't dance around and talk behind their back and call in programs and bash them and say all kind of thing about them, and then when I with them in their face, Miss Records, you know, Sister Young, I like you. No. I'm not doing that. Sorry. I'm not doing that. So I will tell. I told the man Monday, I said, you need to do X, Y, Z. Today, he messaging me. Wow, look at this. I just messaged him back, telling him, you need to do X, Y, and Z ASAP. I just talk to him direct. I tell him direct. I tell him as it is. You may not like it. You may not like. I'm not going to come here and tell people too. And I talk to you, know. I'm not going to call no names. But I do tell them. There's another person I talk to very regularly, and I tell him, I say, you need to do. Look, people told me that you need to, they would like you to do extra. And he said to me, Google, yes, I will do it. And I saw where he did it. People will come to me privately and they will say to me, Pastor Google, could you talk to, let's do an example, they may have Port of Spain for me. You know, if you do so and so, so and so, I will go call Chin and say, Chin, my boy, X, Y, and Z. And he will say, yeah, boy, Google, boy, all right, I take your advice. And he will do it. But doing a live and getting ratings because you're doing a live that hovers around an issue that you could go. You have, and let me tell you something now, and I'm sending this out to people who I know. You have more access than me. And I'm disappointed in some people, you know. Because you have more access than a normal man on the ground. You have more influence than people that you could go and you could talk to them. But you choose not to. You choose to use your influence to create what's the word I'm looking for? To create a fan base for yourself. That don't last. I could tell you, I live it, I see it. People who live by bashing people or creating controversies around them to show that they have some level of leverage of intellect to destroy people, you don't last. Word to the wise. Anytime you create an influence based on destroying or showing up people, you don't last. Because you're not perfect. You're not perfect. You have flaws. You have flaws. You also have skeletons in your closet. So when you create that influence based on somebody's flaws or what you think should be going on and how you feel you want to direct how it should go, without talking to the person. You see, it's not a spiritual principle, you know. It's a globe, it's a, how you put it, boy. There's a word I'm looking for. There is something about the science and the elders just call it what, boy? Not karma. It's another word I'm looking for. Life teaches you some things, you know. And some people have to go through some things to learn some things as a young person. So when you're young, you're vibrant, and you believe you have wisdom, and you believe that you have the garb of speech, that you could say things in such a way that can create a certain kind of, you know, jolt now. But when you get older, boy, when you walk the road and you get older and you watch other people's mistakes, you realize that don't work. It don't sustain. So really, this platform started from nothing. And no big, this and big computer and microphone and this, and I didn't have them thing. I remember I had a little mic. A little mic. I can't find it now. I used to use. And one of my former colleague, Piper, messaged me. He said, Google, you're holding the mic too close to your mouth. Your mouth done big already. Move the mic further from your mouth. I try all kind of thing. And you all know that. When you all know, most of you, if not all of you, know my humble beginnings on this social media. And I still ain't reach yet. I still ain't reach where I want to reach in this arena. But you know what I will not allow? I will not allow people who are bacchanalists to destroy it. So, I will end by saying this. Thank God for his mercies and his blessings, which I knew every morning. I thank God for the people who believed in me, invested in me, and helped me to acquire the stuff that I have. And I also want to thank God for experience, which is the greatest teacher ever. Again, to Miss Penelope Beckles Robinson, the political leader, opposition leader, I apologize for allowing someone to come on this platform and deface your name and say things about you that is not true. Because I understand where I come from, and it was done to me. I want to apologize to you. So, people, that is really what I come on for. And I want to encourage you guys, stay focused. Stay focused. Stay focused. Let's pray for our nation, Trinidad and Tobago. It needs all the prayers that it can get. Have a blessed afternoon. See you guys this afternoon. See you guys this evening at 8:30.
Some spirits roaming we land, seeking to destroy your faith, confuse and intimidate, to take with them as many as they can, down to the pits of hell for eternity to dwell. If we don't take stock and amend our ways, we'll continue on the path to darker days. So let's begin to shift our moral compass now and say to iniquity we shall no longer bow. So grab your rosary and your holy water, let we pray for the nation. And with the water of Zamzam and Quran, now with strong vibrations. All them single mothers, oh God, we sons and daughters. And yes, as we gotta, I beg you protect them, Father. Cause while some hoodwinking, somebody bar drinking, and we just keep sinking deeper into this array. Heed our nation's cries, it's time to mobilize. Together we'll exorcise all these bad spirits and cast them away one by one. I see